and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning! It is Thursday, November 13th, 2025. If you're a time traveler and you want to be sure if it worked or not. I'm not sure if it did. If it did work, oh my God. What was it like if it didn't work? Oh my goodness, good morning. Grape 60. I didn't have a way to tell you. I was trying an experiment. Because I can only stream to 3 locations at once, and YouTube and Twitter are musts. So I was alternating my personal Facebook and Kick to see how that went. So yesterday I was on Facebook. So sorry if you missed me. Anywho, I know I have my heatless curlers on. I'm feeling mom rage this morning. If any of you have children, teenagers especially, then you can relate to this. Oh, there's my ring. My daughter has a nasty habit of coming in my studio and taking things because there is a lot of fun things in here that teenage girls would absolutely love. I am a professional makeup artist and hairstylist and special effects artist, and this time little heifer took my hair dryer again, so my hair is still wet and I need to record today, so I had to leave them in so that I can record my Franklin Richards breakdown for you guys. I've got a really dope breakdown planned for you guys, a really dope makeup look. I'm super excited for it. It's pretty ambitious, and I haven't done something like this in a while. And you know what? It is not easy doing those breakdowns while doing your makeup at the same time. So we'll see how it happens. And I'm pleased to report my jazzy little yellow dress finally came in. I styled it specifically with this jean jacket, so I'm very excited that it finally came in. But you know me, I'll probably get animated and too warm and take it off. But I felt sassy and I wanted to look cute with my jazzy yellow dress, and of course my hair is still up in rollers. Kids, so fun. I've got my tummy hurts and I'm mad at the government mug today. Apropos, caramel coffee tastes so good with a lozenge. It so does. If the lozenge works. Saying. Before we go any further, make sure you do me a huge solid and hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. It is I, Danny, of course, if you are unfamiliar with my game. My name is Danny, and my name is Danny, and I'm a lady, last I checked, and I like nerdy pop culture stuff. Hooray. So, anywho, grab your coffee, smash the like button. Remember, while I'm yelling good morning at everyone, members of the channel and super chats get their good mornings first. This is genuinely my favorite part of the show. It really is. I love yelling good morning at people. And you'll notice the tot has abandoned me this morning. That little turd. Anyway, good morning, Lieutenant Deranged Lunatic! I don't know why I said it like that. I just felt like it needed to be said that way. Oh my God, are you the only member in the chat right now? Okay then. I guess we need more members, guys. And that reminds me, tonight, I swear to God, we're making it happen tonight on Discord, on the members only Discord channel. Throwback Thursday Theater. You couldn't see, but I did a whole thing with it. We will be watching very on the Discord. So if you are a member of the channel, I will make sure I drop in the members only community the invite, so you guys can make sure you're in there and stuff, so you don't miss anything. You don't miss it. I'll miss it. But that will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 5 p.m. Central Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for you, those of you on the California side of the country. Okay, so moving on. Buenos dias, Fernando. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Grape 60. Good morning, Penny. Who else we got? That was it. Is my sound bad again? I need a new mic so bad. Let me know if that's better. Okay. My mic is so bad. It's a cheapie. And that's all I could afford. I'm really broke. So that, I feel like that is the story of my life. It's the explanation for literally everything that's gone wrong. Like, it's all I could afford, and I am broke. So, fingers crossed, which reminds me. Fingers crossed, we can finally get up over that hill. We can get up over that hill of full monetization at 4,000 hours. I can start getting ad revenue, and I can afford a new mic. Penny, that's an adorable suggestion. Putting a lock on my door, but that would imply that I have a door, which I don't. Sensitive subject. Good morning, Science Fictionary Podcast. Red 5 brother. Hello. Okay. Anywho, so the giveaway. Get your playlists going as constantly as you possibly can, because we are still like 500 hours away from that beautiful goal of 4,000 hours so I can get full monetization. Once we get to 4,000 hours, I will pick 4 lucky subscribers to win. One prize each. One lucky winner will win this card game. All these games I'm going to show you are from the company Cards Against Humanity. This first one is called Contact. Whoa. I frequently forget that I really cannot just stand solely on my prosthetic leg. And then I go, yeah. Okay, so one lucky winner will win this card game called Contact. Another winner will win this one called Party Mouth. You see it's still in the plastic. So Party Mouth from Cards Against Humanity. And finally, a lucky winner will win Head Trip, the first board game from Cards Against Humanity. So there's that. And then a fourth winner will win a custom designed comics and hoodie. That's right. Like DJ won one, which I haven't gotten to send him yet because, again, I couldn't afford it and I'm broke. So anyway, get the playlist going. 4 lucky winners will each win a super cool prize. So, with that being said, let's go. I'm not very good at that. Let's go. Good morning, Jetman. Good morning. Okay, guys. It's time to dive into some headlines before we get to our final topic. Real quick, one of my favorite things that has happened in the last 24 hours. Let me see if I can pull this up. Because it is absolutely cracking me up. It's cracking me up. So y'all know how I feel about Grace Randolph. If you don't know, then I'll tell you real quick. Grace is just a silly Billy. Good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS! Woo, 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 woo. Are you going to be available for the members only watch party on Discord this evening? Or afternoon for you? Grace Randolph is entirely paid. She is most definitely paid by studios to review a specific way. Nothing can convince me otherwise. There's no other reason why she would say last year, or was it the year before? The years are starting to blend together. When the Super Mario Brothers movie came out, she said it was terrible. It's like the worst movie she's ever seen. And then when Borderlands came out, she's like, it's the best movie I've ever seen. What other explanation do you have for that? Like, listen, did I like Venom: The Last Dance? Yeah, but in my review, I flat out say, this movie isn't going to change lives. It's not going to win any awards. It's got so many holes. It might as well be Swiss cheese or a pegboard. Okay. But it's just silly. You know, it's a silly, fun comic book movie. That's all it is. It's self-aware in that regard. This woman honestly believed that Borderlands was like cinema. And she hated Super Mario Brothers. That, to me, just unbelievably apparent that someone is paying her. You know, someone's paying her. So anyway, is my camera like, here we go. I'll just get a little closer. There we go. There we go. Good morning, Ensign Loki. How did Grace get her position? She's awful at everything. She also thought that Shadow from the Sonic movie was a child predator. Exactly. She thought because she can't be friends. Because friends don't exist, right? Good morning, blind watchmaker. Yeah, she's paid. She's entirely paid. So she's so obnoxious. You know, I have a strong feeling that my voice is really obnoxious. My voice is really annoying. Like in my head, if I don't like this. And so I figure that's why people turn me off and only watch for like a minute. And that's why I don't have watch hours. But her voice, well. Come on. Really? Thank you for the honest answer. It's better than most, not as bad as some. You are okay. Thank you for your honest, authentic answer. Anywho, we all pretty much agree. Grace is Grace. So she posts day before yesterday. Down here it says, hate channels are a scourge on the entertainment and the industry. But this idea that we can't therefore say anything negative, like, Hate channels are a scourge on entertainment and the industry. And then she says, if anything can tank the new Super Mario Brothers movie, it's Brie Larson. Really, Grace? Really? I think Nerdrotic said, my, how the turn tables. You give a Michael Scott response. There you go. Real anarchy, buddy. Well. Good grief. Even I said, like, I am not the world's biggest Brie Larson fan. I agree she is a great actress. She's a good actress. Room was a really good movie. She was wonderful in that. I enjoyed that. She tends to be a little insufferable at times. I think maybe because she's been kind of quiet the last couple of years, maybe she's learned her lesson. Like, oops, maybe that I shouldn't have done that. Who knows? But even I said, it's Super Mario Brothers. The first movie did amazing. Is this movie going to do great? Yeah, it is. It's going to do amazing. What does Blind Watchmaker say? Chris Pratt's milquetoast self made it work. Science Fictionary. I remember when Brie Larson wasn't movie poison. Yeah, Nintendo isn't going to put up with nonsense on a press tour. Well, and I think maybe she's learned a lesson because, we all screw up. We all make mistakes. I've made some questionable choices in my day. And yeah, it's a family movie. It's a kid family movie. So she's not on screen. She's just a voice. Loki, people were ultra mad about Chris Pratt, and then it made $1 billion. So, and he did great. He did really, really great. So I don't know why she says stuff like this. Every once in a while, like once a month, Grace will say something totally batshit insane off the wall, and people are like, are you lost? How did you get in here? Do you need an adult? Well. I don't know. What sucks for me is that Grace is the only like big name woman in what I do. So I get compared to her a lot, and that sucks for me. Do better, Grace. Help me, okay? I don't care about you. Help me. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Ensign Patricia. Good morning. And just to remind the people that this is still in my hair because I'm recording today, and my teenage daughter has taken off with my hair dryer somewhere. And I made the mistake of going down to her disaster of a room to try and find it. Oh, so now you are the biggest comic girl name I know. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Yeah, I don't think she will be a negative for the movie. Backyard Jarda says, though I've already seen some say that the short trailer for Rosalina is a girl boss. I don't really know I don't know anything about Super Mario Galaxy. The last Super Mario game I remember playing was Super Mario Brothers 3 in the 90s on the original NES. So, like, Princess Peach is kind of a girl boss. So, yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I don't know. I think it's going to do great. I don't think Grace Randolph saying, "Oh, this is gonna kill the movie," is gonna have anything to do with it. I don't think Brie Larson's casting is gonna affect it at all. I mean, even Loki's like, "I'm a Brie Larson defender." I think a lot of people are just kind of over the things she said and did anyway. For the most part, you know, it's a cartoon movie about Super Mario, and it's for kids and families, and I think it's going to do great. There you have it. But anyway, let's move on to actual headlines, and then we'll dive into our main topic as always. I swear I just heard my air fryer beep. I need to make a decision on where I'm going to stand. There we go. This works. Okay. According to Culture Crave, Bob Iger says Disney Plus will soon have AI generated short form content from users. Does this man, how to word this? Does this man have advisors? I mean, does he read any news? And he's older, so he's an older executive, so he probably doesn't social media at all, but he's got to have somebody on his team that does. There's got to be some form of news that he receives. Right? Good morning, Bad Club over on X. What's up? Yay, you're going to be there. Toot toot. There's got to be somebody on his team. Somebody that's like, hey, so Bob, here's your coffee. Here you go. People aren't really on board with the AI thing. Like they're just not good with it. They feel like it's lazy and it's cheating and that it's kind of stealing jobs from creatives. And they're really feeling like it's kind of a cop out. It's like your loophole, so you don't have to actually pay creatives, the ones that you keep trying to control, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? They're just not really, I don't think it's going to work because people don't like it and they can spot it pretty quick. You're telling me there's nobody? See, here's the thing. I want to address this. Loki says every major corp is using generative AI. All of them. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Everyone's using generative AI. It can be a very useful tool. It can be a very, really, very handy tool. However, it shouldn't be used for the whole thing at all. At all. Since I am basically running a channel by myself, I do have Kino help me with clips and stuff and finding headlines for me. That is extremely helpful. But when it comes to research and writing and editing and promotion and all that stuff, that's all me. And it's work. It's a lot of work, which is why I'm like, it's like, please, sir, may I have some more money? I'm poor and tired. Anyway, it's a lot of work. So when it comes to research, sometimes I will have an AI assistant. Hold on, my sock is slipping, and that's the story of my life right there. It's just uncomfortable. It's nice to have an AI assistant to ask questions to, but I always, double check. I always check the work because it's wrong. A lot of the time it's wrong. Like I was using Echo, Grok's AI assistant. I was using Echo while doing research for my book, like working on my book. And it gave me a bunch of ancient Greek names that no one in 450 BCE Greece would name their child. Like no one would legitimately name their baby boy after the personification of darkness. You know, no one would do that. AI is wrong a lot of the time. That's why you have to double check it. And that's why you can't use it for everything. It can be a very helpful tool, but you can't use it for everything. That's lazy. And to me, this is just a really, really obvious cop out, because to everyone, to the entire audience for the last several years, it has been extremely obvious that the studios have been interfering so much, be it with messaging, there you go. There's a long and short of it. They're basically hiring all these creatives. They say, hey, you're amazing. You're an amazing creative. We want you for this job. We want you to write and direct this film. However, not like that. Not like that. We actually don't want you to be creative at all. Here is an instruction manual, and we want you to do it exactly like this. For a creative, that is just like a knife in the heart that will kill your creative process. You don't want to do it at all at that point. It's like this. I don't want to do it. I do not want to do it. So he's had so many fights with creatives, and so many creatives just give him the finger and walk off, that I guarantee you this is testing the waters to see if he could just cut out the middleman altogether. Yeah. I'm going to dive into the chat and see if you guys have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about this. Let's see what we got. Thanks for the repost, Bag Club. Okay. Alexa's a sweetie. She says nice things to you. Oh, Maria, the hell with messaging. In ancient Greece, they would say, to the crows with messaging. Be creative without the messaging. See, here's the thing. You can deliver a message. You can deliver a message without browbeating, without being so obvious with it. Like, learn some freaking subtlety. But they have that new directive coming down, that second screen directive, because they know people are like on their phones while watching TV, or even at the movies, if they even go to the movies. Am I right? So they dumb it down and they put in shit tons of exposition, and it makes it boring. It makes it so boring. There you go. But I do believe wholeheartedly that this AI short form content is Bob Iger testing the waters to see if he could just cut out the middleman altogether, not pay writers, directors, editors, makeup artists, actors at all, and make 100% profit. Because how much money has Disney lost lately? How much money? Billions. Billions. I mean, they have more money than Jesus, but still, they've lost so much money lately. So much money. So I can entirely see this being a test. Bob Iger is just an evil bastard. So again, having a studio executive, having accountants are necessary evils in running studios, but they do have to have a creative sense. They have to have creative empathy, you know? They have to understand the creative process in some semblance. Tom Cruise would be an amazing person to run a studio. Dude, make that man just run Hollywood. Period. Like, seriously. But anyway, if you have any more questions, comments, emotional outbursts about Bob Iger ready to just fire everyone for AI, leave it in the chat below. Good morning. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. And I even had a lozenge. Good morning, Lieutenant Nerdling and contributing editor Keto Reviews. Please. It's in rollers because of my kid. Bad Club says, sad thing is I read this article that said essentially, as you just said, people's attention spans are so cooked, they just have to make things very obvious to the point. I say this as I'm listening to you, responding and watching The Diplomat on it. See, here's the thing. I have severe ADHD and I have to do like 3 things at once to be able to pay attention. But I've started forcing myself. Like if there's a movie that I really want to review, which I do have my list here of reviews that I need to finally write, like Frankenstein, Predator Badlands, Spinal Tap 2, Good Fortune, Playdate, and Roofman. They're all like right here. But anyway, forcing myself to actually sit still and pay attention is difficult for me. But as someone who has ADHD, as someone who has raised children, multiple children with ADHD, okay, by myself, not easy. I'm here to tell you that the answer is not enabling it. The answer is not giving into it. The answer is training them how to live in a world that was not made for them. I live in a world that was not made for me. Do you think planet Earth is going to go around everywhere I go and, you know, remove all the stairs and make things accessible for, I can't think of something right off the top of my head for prosthetic stuff. I'm sorry. My point is, I make up less than 2% of the population. That's just the facts, okay? I'm not the majority. ADHD is certainly on the rise, but it's not the majority. And giving into that sends people the wrong message. It tells them that they are the center of the universe and everyone should just bow down and service them. Sound familiar? That's pretty much what it's been happening for the last decade or so. A bunch of people raised their kids to believe they were the center of the universe. You know, when I was in child psych, that was my first major. We learned that if you're doing something that is important to you, and you're doing something that's important to you, and you drop everything because your kid ran up to you, like, Mom, I want a snack. You drop everything, just go do it, and you just keep doing that. It trains that child to think, I'm the center of the universe and everyone should do this for me. No, you need to teach your child that I am doing something right now, and as soon as I'm done, I will get you your snack. It teaches them that you are a person and you have needs too. Case in point, I'm on a live stream. My daughter knows I'm on a live stream, and she just called me. What did I do? I ignored the call. So now we have this second screen directive, where the rest of us have to suffer because people like Bob Iger say we have to cater to kids who cannot get off their phone and pay attention to the screen. That's your fault. That's your problem. That's your problem that you can't follow along, that you don't have the presence of mind to do this. So why should I have to suffer for your bad choices? If you want to make people put down their phones, if you want people to be able to follow along with the shows, to follow along with the movie and understand what's going on, make them fucking want to. That's all you got to do. Make them want to. Like, love my boyfriend. I love him more than my next breath. He's absolutely, he's a wonderful, wonderful man. I absolutely adore him. But he's got this nasty habit of not, he'll come in and want to watch a movie or a show with me. And he won't pay attention. And so he'll ask me 1,000 and 1,000,001 questions throughout the whole thing. And I'm constantly having to explain it. So it takes me out of it. It's ruining the experience for me because I'm having to stop and explain the whole thing to him. So I started telling him, if you want to watch this, stop talking and watch it. I'm not going to sit and answer questions for you. I'm not going to explain it to you. So if you want to find out what's going on, what's the answer to your question, just watch. You're going to have to get off your phone because he's one of those. He wants to sit and watch YouTube golf videos while we're watching a show. So you're going to have to put your phone or your tablet down and actually pay attention because I'm not going to answer your questions. I'm just not going to do it. And you know what? He stopped watching his phone. If you stop catering to them, force them to come to you, not the other way around. That was a really roundabout way of saying that. But there you have it. Quit catering to people who are making these decisions on they're doing it to themselves. They're doing it to themselves, and you are just catering to them, making the rest of the world suffer for it. So stop doing that. Stop catering to losers. Stop catering to people who have just bad decision-making skills. And just make good stuff. Make good quality things. Hey, you know what? I believe the man said it best when he said, if you build it, they will come. Yeah. Here you go. Field of Dreams, that shit, Bob Iger. Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you make a good movie and they want to know what's going on, they'll put their fucking phone down and they'll figure it out. Confiscate the phones. I'm confiscating the phone this afternoon. It's happening. But yeah, Scientology running Hollywood. Are you sure, Danny? Are you sure they're not already? Huh? Bad Clubbo, I totally agree. Usually I'm good about the multitasking so hard. The no talking and question asking during a movie, I totally get because I'm done. Same with my daughter. Like, shh. I bet if you just shut up and watch, you'll find out. Jim Morris said, if you book them, they will come. Wayne's World. All right, guys, moving on. So, for those who don't know, I was a big fan of Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 1. The trailer for Season 2 has dropped today, or the teaser for it. We got like a 10-second teaser here. And it premieres February 27th. We're going to watch this real quick. I really like it. I love Godzilla. I love monsters. I love Wyatt Russell. I love Apple TV, man. I love Apple TV. They don't put a lot into their marketing and advertising. I mean, they did for that last season of Severance. I'll give them that. But they spend less on their marketing and advertising so they can spend more on their writing and production. Apple TV, man. Anywho, let's check out the teaser for Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 right now. Remember, we're just giving review and commentary.
Attention surfers, the beach is closed. This is a high alert Titan area.
Oh, snap.
What the hell's that sound?
Oh, what is that sound? Oh, what was that? Oh, man. Look at that. Oh, man, look at that. Look at those things. Oh, those are creepy as hell. Ooh. And they're carrying him off. Is that him? Yep. There's a foot. They're carrying him off. Kaiju fleas. Oh, buddy. I love the premise of this show. That we're getting the full story in different parts. It's so good. So good. Kong! There he is. Yeah. Kong. Oh, man. Look at that. Oh, he looks so good. Oh, man. This is going to be so good. Oh, I'm here for it. And did you see how they made this logo thing? This here. That. They did that practical. That's so cool. That's so cool. Anyway, so excited. So unbelievably excited. Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell, monsters, Apple TV. I mean, this show is so good. This show is so good. If you haven't seen it, go watch the first season now. I really, really enjoy it. I believe I reviewed it. I think I did. It should be on my website. But there you have it. Any other fans? Anyone else? Have any of you guys watched Monarch Legacy of Monsters? Did you watch the first one? I'm looking forward to it. Good morning, Omari. He says, I may have to eventually get Apple TV to watch this if it doesn't get a physical release. Listen, this is the only streaming service that I will actually recommend that you get. I love Apple TV. It has not let me down yet. Monarch Legacy of Monsters, For All Mankind, C, Foundation, Severance. They have some of the best quality streaming out there, hands down. Writing, production value, acting, across the board, so good. So, so good. It's totally worth it. They are absolutely a dark horse in the streaming wars. So do yourself a favor. Treat yourself. 2025. Get Apple TV. Get Apple TV. Why they won't respond to my requests for press access, I don't know, because I'm always singing their praises. It's a little unfair, but it's fine. I'm okay. Am I? Probably not. So, good news. On the 20th. Oh yeah, Mythic Quest. I like Mythic Quest. Mythic Quest is a good one. That's a funny one. Chadwick Boseman is getting a posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on November 20th at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that would be 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Omari, they won't respond to your request because you're impersonating yourself. Thanks, Facebook. Anywho, yeah, my nails are crooked. So anyway, Chadwick Boseman getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, absolutely deserved. Now, it definitely feels like these days everyone and their brother is getting a star. And that's because it really doesn't take anything more to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame than money. You need $83,000 total to get your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's it. $83,000. And that is, and you pay that to the LA Chamber of Commerce. That includes your fee, the cost for manufacturing the star, upkeep, etc. You do have to pay for the upkeep every year, but you pay for it. The Chamber of Commerce decides, they vote on, yeah, we'll let him do it or not, and then you get your star. However, Chadwick Boseman should have gotten his quite a while ago. His contributions to filmmaking have been, how do I put this? Lasting. Absolutely lasting. Why is that name is Marshall. Watch Marshall. That's such a good movie. Dude, if you want to get me a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I support that. I entirely support that. I'd rather, I would rather now you guys like maybe send me a tip me or get me monetized first. Join the channel as a member. Like send that money to me so I can buy a new mic or a door. But if you want to get me a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, that works too. Thank you. Yes. 42. That was the other one. Jackie Robinson. That was incredible. You're absolutely correct. Chadwick Boseman, phenomenal. He was just, there are really no words to truly describe who he was as a person, his abilities as an actor, just absolutely phenomenal. And the way he handled his illness, I really respect how private he kept that. I do. So good for him. Well deserved. Absolutely well deserved. So if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about Chadwick Boseman receiving his very, very well-deserved star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, leave it in the chat below. I know. It was so incredible. He himself is dying from cancer, and he would go see children. Just God love him. God love him. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, this cracks me up. I cannot stop laughing at this woman. So Jeremy Renner's accuser, filmmaker Yi Zhao, reveals she thought she and the actor were dating. I thought it was true love. Girl, we've all been there. We've all been there. You got played, honey. You got played. It's okay. But you don't destroy, you don't make shit up. You don't make shit up to destroy his life. Come on. You just missed the red flags. It's fine. It happens. You learn from it. You move on. I mean, you're a little old to be learning these lessons so late in life, but it's okay. It's okay, honey. Just brush it off. Move on. You're okay. Keto, she called herself a gold digger without claiming to be a gold digger. I don't think that's what it is. I think she just got played because she's a filmmaker. You know, she's pretty big in China. But I don't think I don't think it's that. I think she really liked him. It's one of those, he's just not that into you, and she's not getting it. She just didn't get it. And there's other things that I don't feel are my place to speak on. But there's other things that should have been very obvious to her. And it's all rejection. She's mad. And so she's being very vindictive about it. Like, I get it, but this is kind of the behavior of a younger woman. This is what a younger, more immature woman, this is how a teenage or a 20-year-old woman would react to being played. So, this statement right here should tell any woman on planet Earth everything we need to know about this situation. Right here. Right there. Boop. She's mad. She got rejected. Oopsie doodles. All right. Let's see. Did I get everything? Okay, here we go. So, according to Screen Rant, get my presidential pose. By the way, Death by Lightning on Netflix. I know it's not nerdy, and that's not really our thing here, but watch it. So good. So unbelievably good. So accurate. So unbelievably accurate. Netflix. 3 snaps in Z formation. Round of applause. Anywho, this is from Screen Rant. It says, a fan asked James Gunn if he was aware of the criticism that Peacemaker Season 2, especially the finale, received, and the DCU director replied, oh boy, get your emojis ready. He says, definitely. Not everyone can love everything. I love the episode, but I understand not everyone does, which is completely fair. Okay. What about the whole season, Jim? What about the whole season? Because it was a huge letdown. We went from the very, very popular, the very well done first season of Peacemaker. It was tight. It was well done. Every single episode drove the plot forward. It had a very clear, defined story, a clearly defined arc. Very well done. Season 2, however, was all over the place. All over the place. It was just a series of standalone episodes. Harcourt, James Gunn's wife, had more screen time, more character development, more story than the titular character of Peacemaker himself. In fact, Peacemaker was like what, in his uniform once, and it wasn't even really his uniform. It was his alternate version's uniform. It was an absolute mess. And on top of that, he hyped up the finale for weeks. He went in saying he didn't even allow his publicist to see the last 3 episodes because he was so proud. He wanted it to be the biggest surprise ever. He didn't let anyone see it. And it's like a totally different show. The big cameos, and he kept saying cameos with an S. Huge, huge cameos. The big cameos was singular, unless he's talking about the crony, which that doesn't even count to me. I feel like that doesn't even count. Anyway, the big cameo he was talking about was freaking Lex Luthor, who was there for 35 seconds talking about anal love in Grown Up Time Out. And that's basically it. That was the big cameo. And then here he has this quantum unfolding chamber, which is a multiversal concept, a multiversal tool that he did not use. He had the opportunity to do the most amazing things ever, and he just decided to go like, nah. He trolled us all, and I strongly believe, like, and he flat out said, I didn't want to write it. I was tired. And I ended up having to spend my vacation writing it, and I didn't want to. It's obvious. So he didn't want to write it, and I feel like he was trolling us with it, and he just wanted a personal concert of Foxy Shazam. Like, that's what he wanted. He was in the background doing his Groot dance. Omari, no, not particularly. So here he is. And instead of acknowledging that the whole season was a disappointment to virtually the entire fan base, he's focusing on the finale. I love the episode, but I understand that other people don't. That's fair. But it's not supposed to be for you. That was supposed to be for us. It was supposed to be for the fan base, not for you, bro. Like, I totally get that, you should like the things that you write. You should enjoy the things that you create, but you also have to keep in mind that you're not making it for yourself. It's a business. It's a product that you have to sell. So you have to keep in mind it is for the audience. And the fact that he flat out said, I didn't show anyone the last 3 episodes. I think you should have. I think you should have quality controlled that shit. I think you should have test audience a few times. Grape 60. I've never heard of Foxy Shazam. I'd never even heard of it either, but now my boyfriend's a real big fan. I like that song. I do. Loki says the best bit was the same people who praised him for Earth X dumped on him for the finale. Yeah. It's Peacemaker season 2 finale. That's Peacemaker season 2. The best parts of Peacemaker season 2 was Tim Meadows and the bird blindness. Eagly and Tim Meadows. That was the best. Those were, if I could just pick out those parts to rewatch, I would. The rest I could do without. And I firmly believe he was aware of that and he did that on purpose. Yep. So, which is why I don't particularly believe he wants his contract renewed. I don't think he enjoys being a studio head. I think he thought it would be fun, that it would be great for his career and money and blah, blah, blah. And then he gets there and he's like, this is a lot of work. Like, this sucks. So that's how I feel about it. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about James Gunn still not being self-aware about Peacemaker season 2, leave it in the chat below. We're going to move on to our final topic of the day. I occasionally, I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but I will get the Harvey Birdman theme stuck in my head. Who is the man in the suit? Who is the cat with the beak? Lieutenant Deranged Lunatic. While James Gunn is around, his wife and brother will always have a job. That's true. And Steve Agee. I think I've had too much caffeine today. So, Miles Teller went on SiriusXM. Again, he's been on there a couple times. And the subject of his Fantastic Four reboot came up. Now, he's been on here. Hold on. I actually pulled up that whole article and I could have actually read to you the article, but I just chose not to. Cast. Jamie Bell. That's his name. So Jamie Bell has been on here too, and I've got his little blurb somewhere. They both have been on Sirius XM talking about this the 2015 Fantastic Four film. And the whole cast is totally aware of the shit show that movie is. They're like, seriously, like Jamie Bell was like, in his interview on Sirius XM, the guy said something like, so when you tell people to go see that movie, and Jamie Bell's like, no, don't go see that movie. Save your money. Like, that's bad. When the star or one of the stars of the film tells you, no, don't go see that movie. Save your money. That's bad. That's bad. So here we have Miles Teller talking about
everything was going well in that movie until we did your show. And then honestly, everything was going well in that movie until we did your show. And then honestly, it was a great movie. We had great marketing. I don't know what happened.
Was it great? I didn't see it. When you were on Watch What Happens Live, or when you were doing the press tour for Fantastic Four, is it safe to surmise that y'all knew that the movie...
By the way, that's Andy Cohen, and he's from St. Louis.
He wasn't great.
Look at the face. Saying like, wait, when you were there, did you realize it just wasn't good? And he's like,
when you do a little Southern accent, you can just say things a little more, more.
That was not a Southern accent. What? Listen, Andy Cohen sounds exactly like I do. And exactly like James Gunn does. We have the same accent. What is this sudden St. Louis sounds like Southerners bullshit? This is bad. Do I sound Southern to you? Do I sound country? Do I not realize that I have a Southern accent? I thought it was rather nondescript Midwestern. I need answers because this is you do now. Good morning, Sergeant Garatina. Here we go.
When you do a little Southern accent, you can just say things a little more, more cutting.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the movie, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes.
right. Your eyes were working during that time.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I think it's unfortunate for that because so many people worked so hard on that movie. And honestly, maybe there was one really important person who kind of fucked it all up. Yeah.
One very important person.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. Nobody, especially as a young actor, and at that time, it's like, all right, you know, if you want to be taken seriously as a leading man, you got to get on this superhero train. And that was our chance. And the casting, I thought, was spectacular. I love all those actors.
Yes.
But yeah, when I first saw the movie, I remember talking to one of the studio heads, and I was like, I think we're in trouble.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Go ahead, make your day with Samsung OLED.
So
Everything was going well in that movie. And
a couple of things. One, he watches it with an exec and he's like, I think we're in trouble. Like, And two, over here around this point, he says that if you want to be taken seriously as an actor in Hollywood, you got to do a superhero movie. You got to get in the MCU. So him, Kate Mara, is that her name? Yeah. Jamie Bell and Michael B. Jordan, all relatively young actors around this time, about 10 years ago. And they all chose to do this movie for that reason, because they wanted to do other things in Hollywood and they wanted to be taken seriously as actors. Yes. Ensign Loki, the director, didn't want Kate Mara for the part. This was well known. It was a Southern LA accent from Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. So I'm guessing it was the director. It was the director's fault. But also, these actors only did this movie as a stepping stone to be taken seriously in Hollywood. So here we've made this kind of turnaround here. When I was a kid, and even not that long ago, you know, comic book movies, and still in some sense, like even Scorsese's like, comic book movies, superhero movies, not taken seriously. Those are for kids. They're kid movies. It's stupid. It's pedantic. It's immature. Can't take them seriously at all. And now it's the way for young actors to break into Hollywood and get bigger, more serious roles. That's kind of crazy, right? But is that still true today? Is that still true with the direction that the MCU and even the DCU has taken the last several years? The movies have not done well. They're following that second screen directive, talking down to their audiences, browbeating them with messaging. Is that still true? Do directors for other films look at their CVs and say, "Oh, you did Captain America: Brave New World, huh? Oh, well, we'll be in touch." Does that happen now? And in 10 years, will we be hearing more interviews like this about movies like Captain America: Brave New World? Don't call us, we'll call you. I strongly feel like in a few years we're going to be seeing things like this. We're going to be seeing Anthony Mackie on Radio Andy saying, we saw that cut and we were like, oh, the internet is going to eat us alive. Grace Randolph is going to love this movie. I guess it's relieving in a sense that at least the actors know, wow, this isn't great. But what are they going to do by that point? They're already contractually obligated. They're already in it. They've already made it. By the time they're making it and they realize that, okay, so this isn't quite going the way we expected. It's late. It's too late. What are they going to do? For real? Backyard TARDIS, you loved Brave New World? You never cease to shock me. Never. I'm blown away. Absolutely blown away. I have had no desire to watch that movie again. No desire. You get 5 seconds of Red Hulk and it was all in the trailer. The leader was... It looked like someone vomited all over his head. That movie was a mess. Hey, Grape60, you want to get rid of that bot for me? I'm trying to think. I wanted to list in the next few years, are we going to hear from so-and-so about this movie, that movie? Here we go. Not just movies. Are we going to hear from Dominique Thorne in 10 years about how they let her down with Ironheart? How about Sacha Baron Cohen? Are we going to hear from him in 10 years on SiriusXM about how, when he finally saw the finished product of his first appearance as the great Mephisto in Ironheart, he was like, oh, this is... did not go the way I expected it to. I think we might. But this and our very first topic of the day, Bob Iger talking about short form content created by AI It's all connected. I feel like Bob Iger just wants to do away with creatives altogether. He doesn't care about any of this stuff. He doesn't read any news, any reviews. He doesn't care. His goal is to make pure profit and to get rid of actors that say, this sucks. I don't want to do this. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think that this is all the symptom of the same disease? Yes, entertainment is a business. Yes, Disney is a business. Marvel's owned by Disney. All a business. Business, business, business. Business's goal at the end of the day is to make money. However, it is a creative business. And the thing that made it great in the first place was its ability to be creative and create entertaining entertainment. And they've stopped doing that. Now they are going off of an instruction manual and a checklist. It's all become mathematical and formulaic instead of from the gut, from the heart, creativity. And from what we're hearing from Miles Teller, and I'm not just talking about him saying, you know, this movie was ruined by one very important person. What he's saying about, I wanted to be taken seriously as an actor, so I did a superhero movie, which is, I mean, come on. If we'd heard this like 20 something, 30 years ago, we're like, what? That's insane. But he wanted to be in a big blockbuster movie, to be taken seriously for other gigs. And if you recall, after Fantastic Four, his name started getting kind of dragged in the mud. Like, the biggest douche in Hollywood is Miles Teller. I firmly believe that he spoke out about how crap this movie was. And so Disney went on, you know, damage control and decided to drag him. You know what I mean? But here we had this company that was known for being so imaginative and creative and groundbreaking. And now it's known for formula. That's it. Like, here are your instructions. Here is the mathematical sequence that you type in, and then boom, movie, TV show, push it out there. There's no creative license whatsoever. There's no wiggle room, nothing. It's cold, it is mathematical, and it is messaging. And people are not responding to that anymore. And so Bob Iger's response to this has been, we're going to start testing out short form content made by AI. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I firmly believe the only hope for Disney at this point, the only hope for Marvel and Star Wars is to get rid of Bob Iger and to bring someone in charge of Disney altogether that has the complete opposite way of thinking. Someone younger, someone who is a creative, someone who comes from a creative background. We cannot have someone in charge of some of the biggest IPs in entertainment that comes from a real estate or accounting background. We can't. Look what it's doing. It's destroying the entertainment industry. We need someone who has an entertainment background, a creative background, someone who understands and knows how to work with creatives, someone who reads the fucking news, someone who reads reviews and trades and takes them seriously. Ensign Loki says any replacement will be Iger approved like Chapek. Yeah, we all know how that happened. And then Iger's like, you're not doing it right. And he came back. Great. But again, you're right. That's exactly what's going to happen. So what does this mean? How do we move forward? It's very hard not to be bitter and jaded and feel like there is no hope. It's so unbelievably difficult because what is the way out when they don't listen? They don't hear us. They don't care what we think. We've tried to, we've definitely spoken with our wallets. They're losing billions every week. That's not working. I mean, really, there's no way to end this sentence or conversation because there's no answer. This is where we're at now. Kind of like Miles Teller stuck in that Fantastic Four movie. The only hope is smaller studios, more smaller studios. But with the pending sale of Warner Brothers Discovery, and Zaslav met with the owner, whatever, head CEO of Comcast the other day. So that one's looking more serious. I just don't think it's a good thing. I mean, it could be great for me personally, because then I'll have access to Warner Brothers Discovery DCU stuff with my NBC press access, but it's not good studio wise because it's just more executives in charge of creative things. It's another giant corporation when what we need are more smaller indie studios. We need creatives to be in charge of creative things. And having another mega merger like this just spells doom for creativity, in my opinion. But that's all I got to say about that, nerds. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts, leave it in the chat below. I'm wrapping things up. If you would like to help support the channel, the best way to do that is just by hitting the like button, subscribing if you're new, and ringing the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with more nerdy nonsense. Make sure you consider joining the channel as a member. We have a couple of different tiers. You get a lot of perks, or a few perks. I don't know. I'm kind of new at this. I'm working on it, okay? But you do get perks. You get early access to drops like my next breakdown on Franklin Richards, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to record it today. I'm super stoked. You guys are going to have access to that before anybody else will. You get your own community tab. You get your own Discord and members only watch parties, which happening tonight. So make sure you join the membership today so you can join our watch party over on Discord tonight. You get the emojis, all kinds of stuff. So join the channel. Okay. Join the channel. Oh, and if you join the channel as a member, if you want to request a breakdown of a character, comic story, explanation about a TV show, movie, character, whatever, you go to the front of the line. you're next, you know, you know what I mean? I don't have to explain that. You get preferential treatment for requesting breakdowns and stuff like that. So anywho, there's that. And super chats, so helpful. Thank you so much. Every time you guys leave me a super chat, it makes me feel so good inside. Anywho, if you would like to help support the channel in other ways, you can help me out by leaving me a tip. Remember, my mic screws up every single stream. I apparently need a brand new microphone and one that's better quality than this because it sucks booty. Anyway, you can help out by tipping. Scanning this QR code right here, it takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comics and MUA, and you can pitch in as little or as much as you can. There's also the option for Cash App. I do have Cash App, so you can use that as well. I also have the original Nerdling Army over at patreon.com/comics, and that one has 3 different tiers starting as little as $3 a month. It also has the same perks as channel members, except the Patreon members, I don't think you don't have the emojis that the channel members have. I don't have a way to connect that, but you do have your own chats over on Patreon. You do have exclusive content, like behind the scenes outtakes. You do get early access to videos. You do go to the front of the line when you're requesting breakdowns. You can ask me questions over there because I am so busy all the time. Like, I am so busy working on, the breakdowns and the live streams, the trying to get the member stuff together, my comic book, my book, and I have a family. So I don't have a whole lot of time in the DM stuff, which is why I kind of reserve the DM things for members and Patreon members. So if there's stuff you want to talk to me about or whatever, the best option is to join as a member or join the Patreon, because that I make sure I make time to, because you guys are paying for that access. The rest of it, I keep my phone on silent because it would drive me effing crazy. But I try to devote as much time as possible to research, writing, editing, channel work. And if I sat and paid attention to this all day long, I would never get anything done. So anyway, there is a full-on chat room on the Patreon in the original Nerdling Army for Ask Me Anything. So that's there. And you can also request the breakdowns and stuff also. And the Patreon, the original Nerdly Army, has its own exclusive merch that you can't get anywhere else. And you get that for the first 3 months. Or I did that backwards. Okay. You get that. You get that every 3 months for the first year of your membership. So check that out over at patreon.com/comics. And I also have a merch store over at comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. Brand new design. I've got an Argus design, so you can get an Argus mug, Argus t-shirt, hat, koozie. Go check it out. comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. I'm an affiliate for Zenni Optical. It's where I get all my glasses. And right now, here, I'm going to put up the QR code because this is my personalized link for Zenni right here. And just this by itself, this personalized link by itself will save you 10% on your next pair of glasses. But right now they have a huge sale going on. So if you use my code holiday20, you'll save 20% off your next pair of lenses. So go splurge. 10% off your glasses, 20% off your lenses. Get the IQ lens with Zenni ID Guard. It's not only going to protect your eyes from different, layers of the light spectrum like UVA, UVB, but also blue light from your computer screen. And the Zenni ID Guard protects your face from unwanted AI scans. So I can protect you from Skynet. That's right. Protect your online private life. So use my personal link right there and use holiday 20 to save you 20% off your lenses. And there are several other affiliate links in the description below, as well as my my Amazon store. I have a whole bunch of recommendations on my Amazon store. So if you're interested in all of that stuff, check the description below. Everything I've told you about is on my website, comics-and.com. If you want to read my reviews, check out all my different special effects and beauty looks. It's all over on the website. Updates on me, the channel, everything, comics-and.com. Also, this podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So go to red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 family of podcasts. Pop into the chat. Grape60 says, before it's all done, Disney and Amazon will own everything. Probably. Grape60, you're going to record it after you dry your hair. Yes. After my hair is dry, I'm going to record. And then probably by the time I'm done with that, it'll be time for the watch party. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out this afternoon or morning/afternoon. Is it afternoon yet? It is. It is officially noon now here. So you guys be good. Be nice to one another. Remember, everyone has an opinion, just like buttholes. Okay. Anywho, I'll be back tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep your eyes peeled, y'all. Because I heard.
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!
Hey nerdlings, gather around. Dani's in the house and the hype's inbound. From sci-fi dreams to super real schemes, she's the queen of comics and everything in between. Makeup brush in one hand, pen in the other, crafting worlds like no one's ever discovered. Sci-fi writer, pinch creator, going live on stream. There's no one greater. Comics and everything, we dive so deep into stories and secrets that the nerds all keep. Comics and everything, the chat's alive. Monday through Friday, Dani provides the vibe. Superheroes, villains, fantasy lore. Every day there's something new to explore. From Star Wars stars to Marvel fights,